Hey guys, King Jet here, and got a wee video to cover about Phil's recent ramblings. There's been a couple of interesting developments since my last video, where Phil had a former fan charge back a bunch of contributions to him because Phil aggressively emailed him and, basically kind of threatened him, essentially. Phil never saw this as threatening him. In fact, he took it the other way around. I think Phil felt threatened himself because, the guy was doing chargebacks. Well, at first, I mean, it wasn't him doing original chargebacks, it was just because of some misunderstanding, and he tried to explain it as best he could to Phil, but Phil's aggressive stance of him from the get-go, in trying to challenge us, and it's all the kind of threatening language used and everything else, kind of pushed the guy to go, this guy, Phil's been an absolute arse to me right now, I'm going to challenge everything. He's threatened me in his emails and I'm going to just challenge it back, So regardless of the outcome of all that, I thought it was interesting to cover what happened not only in the Daily Crap from Wednesday the 19th, but also from yesterday the 20th of October, which is a Thursday, which is Phil's day off, but he made a special alert video. First though, this is what he said on October the 19th at the end of everything else. This was his last thing he did before his day off. This is one of the last things he said.
One final thing. This is just neither here nor there. I received $400 in chargebacks today. Okay. Basically, this one person who had contributed over the course of, a month or two, I guess was always a detractor. I don't know. I really don't know the story behind it at all. So it slammed me right at the tail end of the stream, but I was smart. I transferred tips that I needed for my day off tomorrow and to pay my bills to my bank account already. So it did not drain my funds. Thank God. Okay. So the good news is I am set for my day off. I'm set for Gotham Night. The bad news is when I come back on Friday, I'm literally starting this week at negative $400 because of a scumbag.
I want you to bear that in mind. So he already said he got $400. He withdrew $400 from his, from PayPal before they could use it away from him because of the chargebacks. He was sitting on his day off before his day off even began. He had $400 and claimed that was enough for his day off, for grocery shopping, and also for a meal with his wife, not shit to pay bills, and also to fucking buy Gotham Nights. So just remember that point, where he keeps going on.
Yeah. Obviously I'm going to fight it. I'm doing my best, but there's no guarantees with PayPal. Sometimes you win these, sometimes you lose these. There's absolutely no guarantee of how it's going to go. The good news is I save everything. I have evidence of, this person contributing over a period of time. This is definitely a pattern of established fraud where they were literally contributing knowing the expectation of eventually they were going to charge everything back. I even have, evidence of conversations with this person about it. So I don't know how it's going to go. The problem with PayPal is even when you win, you still kind of lose. I'm, no exaggeration, negative $400 on my PayPal account now. And I need to clear that before I can start having money I can use. So it could be like many days this week that I stream and I'm making no money because I have to pay off the backlog of this guy's claims or girl's claims. I don't even know. Before I
He's pretending to not know who the fuck it is. That's an interesting thing as well.
Can start having a positive balance again in my PayPal account. Okay. So it sucks. It's shitty that it happens. It's not anything that anyone's protected from. Everyone has to deal with it if they're a streamer or content creator. It just sucks that this guy tried to pull this or girl tried to pull this when they did. But I'm smart enough that I was okay and I'm okay for my day off. Thank God. But yeah.
Okay, so I'm not going to play this. The rest is just fucking rambling, basically for another minute, saying, guys, please support me because I'm going negative 400, boo, fucking who. The following day, Phil made a brand special. It's unprecedented. Phil's day off is precious to him. He doesn't have to worry about going into his fucking office, not shit. He made a 15-minute alert video, an important update regarding Friday streams. And possible bad news as well. Oh, fucking no. Here's what Phil had to say yesterday on Thursday.
What's going on, everyone? Phil here with a very impromptu video that I had no intention of making today. As you can see, it's my day off. I'm wearing clothes that normally you've never even seen like in a video or stream before. I'm wearing my jeans. Very much was not expecting to be here in the office making an impromptu video. In fact, Kat already kind of, said, hurry up. This is our day off. You're not supposed to be doing this. But I have to do this because I want to let everyone know what's going on right now with the situation that very much affects this channel and what I'm able to do for games for you guys in the next few days. It was unforeseen. It's something that happened out of nowhere that sadly there's no real way I can really plan for. So here's the deal. All week, we had a good variety of stuff that I played in this last week. You guys were very supportive for a lot of it. There was one day that was really slow, but it was great because then yesterday we had an unprecedented rallying of support. We far exceeded the membership goals for the month. Tips were great. Literally on both streams, we were hitting goals and everything. Everything was great. Okay, so we ended this week on a very high note, and everything was positive and great and fun and exciting. And then something happened last night. Actually, it happened slowly over the course of this week. I'll give you the background story. And then it really came to a head last night, and it has basically undone a lot of the positivity of the week for me. So here's the deal. There's someone who was a very positive influence on my streams over the past month and a half, 2 months. They were a relative newcomer, but they were chatting with me quite a lot of interaction. No matter what game I played, it didn't matter if it was a game like The Evil Within or Disney Dreamlight Valley or anything. Basically, any game this person would show up, interact with me, a really positive person.
I didn't get fucking money. The guy gave him fucking money, and Phil liked him particularly because he was prone to give him fucking money. That is just the long and short of it. He was not shy in contributing funds to DSP, whether it was tips, super chats, or even gifting memberships now and again.
Came to conversation around games. They started contributing significantly. Not only just, a tip here or there, but several tips a day sometimes. Then they were doing super chats. Then they were actually contributing in other ways. All right. And so, obviously, when that's happening, you think, wow, it's a new reviewer, it's a contributor, it's someone who's positive and fun and a great part of the streams. And quite frankly, I loved having this person around over the last 2 months because I felt that they did add to the streams in a very positive way. Not just the contributions, just the conversation. It actually added to a lot of the fun of the stuff that I did here on DSP Gaming. I love it when we get a newcomer who's engaged in the content and absolutely is having a great time with everybody. Never had any issue or anything with this person, and they contributed quite a lot over the last couple of months, I'm not going to lie. Then I haven't seen them for about a week. And, when you don't see someone who's around for a very long time and they just kind of disappear from your streams, you get a little nervous. I hope they're okay, right? And I didn't think anything of it. This is a person who actually I had talked behind the scenes with in a couple of emails back and forth about stuff going on,
Yeah, basically, you thought that for you noticed that the fucking contributions weren't fucking forthcoming, but you didn't think anything of it because you couldn't be bothered enough to check. You had the guy's email address. But you never thought to fucking email and go, hey, you okay? I've not seen you around for a while. I just want to make sure you're okay. No, that one time you emailed him, it wasn't because he was gone for a while. It's because the chargebacks happened, which was an accidental chargeback not done by him, but by a family member or by his fucking bank, Wells Fargo, whatever it was, because it was some unrecognised transaction because it was a shared card he'd used to pay that with. And because he couldn't understand the transaction or explain the transaction, it got reversed essentially and it got charged back. That was a situation, that was a story. But Phil, seeing a chargeback happen, immediately jumped to the conclusion this guy is out to get me, this guy's a detractor, and he emailed him, not to ask him how he was or whatever, but to say, hey, what's going on? I got a chargeback from you. In fact, I'll get the email right now. Actually, I've got the fucking emails. The guy sent me the fucking emails. I'll read you exactly what was fucking said. So, Phil emailed him. Hey, so I hate to do this, but I have to reach out to you today and ask what's going on. You stopped showing up to my streams as of last weekend during the beta, and now I'm getting supposed chargeback from you from PayPal. That was the purpose of the email. It wasn't to ask him how he was. It was basically to ask him why you fucking giving me chargebacks. He said, FYI, the chargebacks are shown as not authorised, meaning this is outright fraud. So he's accusing him of fraud right off the fucking bat. He was like, you obviously authorise the charges as you have large detailed messages attached to them. I fulfilled my end of the contract by counting those contributions and shouting them out. And you know this as you enjoy the content and actively participated in it. It's incredibly disturbing and alarming you act like this if it is indeed you. And then he threatened him with fucking... The final thing he said was, I'd like to know what's going on before I respond to these chargebacks because maybe it's just a misunderstanding or maybe something else is going on, but you are committing a crime with these and could get into serious trouble with your financial institution if you lie about these being unauthorised. So I hope this is nonsense. So he hadn't appeared for a wee while, he wasn't well. And so he does actually fucking email him, but it's not to ask him how he's doing, not to ask him about his well-being or anything. It's essentially just to go, hoy, what the fuck do you think you're doing with my fucking money? So there's a threat there, he's saying you're committing fraud, you're committing a crime, straight off the fucking bat, a very aggressive fucking tone from Phil Burnell, right off the fucking bat. The previous emails between them was Phil essentially thanking Sir Snorlax King had reached out to Phil and saying, hey, thanks for sticking up for me last night, not shit, this was like back on 4th of October. And Phil responded, not a problem, I always stick up for nice people. So he went from that to fucking just aggressively going after him and going, hoy, what the fuck's going on with these chargebacks? And it's just, well, obviously, if you're going to... So Phil didn't care about the guy's well-being. The money was fucking missing. But, because he hadn't turned up to stream, so he wasn't getting contributions from him. But no, it's just the fact that the fucking chargebacks happened that Phil thought, okay, I'm going to contact this motherfucker behind the scenes now and ask him what the fuck's going on. I'm actually, I'd be willing to fucking challenge it. Phil does not email anyone behind the scenes randomly if they've not turned up for a while, unless it is money related. Anyway, back to the fucking video.
They wanted to contribute in other ways, like maybe fan art and stuff like that. So I had an email trail going with this person. So finally, all of a sudden, after having not heard from this person in about a week, I get some chargebacks for tips that they had done. Some in September and a couple in early October. And they weren't large. They were a couple dollars here, a couple dollars there. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, what does it say? It actually says that, with the financial institution, they filed official chargebacks claiming that these were unauthorized purchases. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, what happened here? This person, I couldn't believe it, because usually when I get a chargeback, it's like, okay, I kind of get it. Maybe this person was a sarcastic tipper. Maybe this was someone who I didn't really know. This is someone who I felt like I got to know over a course of about 2 months. So
that's also quite nonsensical, because, that being said, I actually done a very good clip of it. Okay, the dates, this is fucking wrong. I think Fantastic Mr. Sam done this because the video would have been uploaded on the 20th, but it's actually October 19th late stream. Yeah, fucking dafty. So this was October 19th late stream. Just don't. So.
I don't know who this is. I'm just going to ban this. This is nonsense. Yeah, thank you. Whoever did that. I don't even know what that is. Like I said, this is actually a person who I genuinely liked having on my streams. They were pleasant. They added to the conversation.
And this is October 20th special segment. Because today is Friday, 21st of October. And he made his video on his day off on a Thursday. Just pointing out the dates are fucking rang.
Every time they contributed, and even when they didn't, when they were just chatting with me and having a good time engaging, it was great having them around. The atmosphere was improved with this person, and to think that this was probably someone just messing with me all along, tricking me into thinking that they were someone positive on the streams, it's pretty disconcerting, it's pretty annoying, it's pretty scary.
Instant replay, please.
I don't know who this is. I'm just gonna ban this. Like I said, this is actually a person who I genuinely liked.
There's a very good clip highlighting Phil's, hypocrisy and contradictions. I mean, a day apart, pretending not to know who the fuck someone is. You know what I mean? So I just kind of thought I'd point that out there, and also that being said, I'd clip it. You fucking put the dates wrong. I'm blaming you, Sam. But yeah, I'm a bit mean to Sam, sorry. But yeah, Phil fucking pretending. I feel like I got to know this fucking guy, and yet when the guy super chatted, with a genuine complaint about how he felt, he was like treated. In fact, you can see that super chat there. I'm embarrassed by how I let myself be manipulated by you. I get sick. There's a few accidental chargebacks and you threaten me legally via email. Buyer and viewer beware. Build and change. Goodbye. That was the message, and Phil pretended he didn't know the fucking guy. He pretended he was a fucking stranger. And then the next fucking day he makes this fucking special big video saying, oh, I thought I really got to know the guy.
Oh, I was actually shocked when this hit. To the point where I didn't want to believe that this person was a malicious troll. I probably should have. I should just always suspect that. Like, why would anyone who wasn't being malicious charge anything back? It doesn't make sense. But I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt, so I emailed them earlier this week.
Yeah, and you fucking threatened them. As I said, I haven't read out that fucking first email. You threatened them. You said they were committing fraud. You said they were committing a crime in a financial institution. You were extremely aggressive to them, rather than trying to be. This was you being understanding. This was compassionate side Phil here. No. You were extremely aggressive and toxic towards a genuine fan about what was a genuine misunderstanding, a genuine error. This is not some detractor op or anything. This is a guy that you fucking turned into someone that didn't want to contribute to you because you were so aggressively toxic towards them.
And basically said, hey, I've noticed you haven't been around my streams recently. And then all of a sudden, on top of that, I get chargebacks for, what's going on? I would hope that this is either a misunderstanding or maybe a mistake or some situation, because you've contributed a ton, and there's only a couple of these chargebacks that have come through, and they're relatively small, so it's not like it's a giant deal. But I'm just wondering what the heck is going on, what's happening here. I'd like to hear your side of the story, obviously, before I make any judgments.
I love how Phil's explanation to his own fans who have not actually seen emails themselves, he leaves out the fact he accused the guy of fraud. He leaves out the fact that he says he's committing a fucking crime. He completely omits that information from his own fans because he does not want his own fans to understand the contents of that email in case they also take it the wrong way. He is not willing to tell his own fans the words that he actually said to the guy. He's just fucking, leaving out those parts, the parts which caused the most fucking damage. But if own fans, if they have any fucking sense to it, will fucking see for themselves the words that were said. I haven't got my previous video, I haven't read out the emails in my previous video. Snorlax King has made it available for several people. He forwarded it on to me. He's got it on his tweet. The people have caught it. You can look in a variety of different places for these emails, not just my stuff, but other attractor stuff as well, if you want to see the full contents of the things that Phil said to him and how aggressively toxic he was being.
And so this person did get back to me and essentially said that they had been sick for a while, and that's why they weren't on the streams for like a week and a half. And they were very sorry about these chargebacks without giving you the personal details, essentially saying it was something out of their control. It was through a bank and stuff like that. So whatever. Basically, they gave me a story. I tend to want to believe the best in people, and I believed this person and said, okay, I will give you the benefit of the doubt. So thanks for explaining. And this person even said to me, I hope that this was just a limited thing. I apologize, profusely that it happened. Hope that you don't get hit with any other things moving forward. No fees, no other chargebacks, because this isn't something that was in my control and it didn't mean for it to happen. Okay, fair enough. I even saw the person a few more times this past week on my streams. A couple of times they contributed via tipping and also I think some super chats. Okay, so I think, all right, maybe coast is clear, no problem. Okay. So, as you know, we had a great streaming week here, and then we had this big stream last night, the conclusion of Scorn. People are excited. They show up. They start supporting the stream in droves, which is really good. I should give you some clarification. Basically, during the day, I realized that I had enough money to cover a bill that was due today, which is my utility bill, and enough to basically cover kind of my day out today, which was grocery shopping, pet supplies for Jasper. We literally just finished eating dinner. Like, we just finished eating our meal, which is a really good Mediterranean meal. I'll tell you about it on the podcast tomorrow. Okay.
He claimed on the daily crap he had enough as well for golf nights. Bear that in fucking mind. As we can remember from before, he said he had enough for not only the day off and to have his fucking meal and grocery shop and all that shit, but he had enough to buy the new fucking game as well, because he took out $400 from PayPal before that chargeback shit got hit. So he was going to start off in negative $400 on, in PayPal essentially to try and make up for that lost balance, because he took it out before the chargebacks could properly hit his account, and for him to lose that fucking access to that money.
So he did all that, and I look at my bank account, what's left in it, and there's like $30. Okay, I'm like, well, that's not enough for God.
There you go, guys. So I have fucking stressed this point so fucking often. I've stressed it so fucking often to you guys. It doesn't matter how much fucking money Phil gets off you guys. I'll say you guys, I see that, his fans. It doesn't matter how much fucking money Phil gets off his fans. It could be $400, it could be $4,000. Phil is going to find a way to fucking rattle through that as fast as humanly fucking possible and spend everything he fucking possibly can to leave himself fucking short the next fucking day. He has got fucking embarrassingly bad control of his finances. He is an impulsive fucking spender. Just listen to him fucking humbly brag about, oh, fucking an amazing meal. We had an amazing day off meal, Mediterranean style food. It was great fucking robust cuisine. But yeah, I had all that fucking money spent, and I spent too much essentially. The story here is that Phil is trying to fucking spin a story that because of the chargebacks he doesn't have enough for a new game to buy today at some point. This is now Friday, and Friday's fucking Bill's meant he's meant to be streaming a brand new game today, fucking later on. But the fucking real story, in my opinion, is Phil had the money for it, spent too much money in his day off, and is now blaming this chargeback saga, even though he claimed to have defeated it by taking out $400, which covered everything the day before. He claimed he had enough money the day before to cover absolutely everything, and all of a sudden he's claiming he doesn't have enough for the new game. Simply put, he spent too much on his day off, on various things, grocery shopping, the meal with his wife, probably alcohol, probably WWE champions as well. You know how it goes.
Gotham Knights tomorrow. But here's what happened last night, which sadly is the reason why I'm making this video. Last night, during that late stream, when people were rallying with support and everything was very exciting for the conclusion of Scorn and we did some Q&A, this person took it upon themselves to charge back every single tip contribution they had sent me in the 2-month period they were watching my streams. This amounted to over $400 of simultaneous chargebacks. And for those who don't know how chargebacks work, when you get charged back, you lose the money. It's gone. Now, you have the ability to fight that chargeback, and I will, absolutely, because when they filed these chargebacks, they claim these were unauthorized transactions, to which I have to respond. Pretty sure there's pretty big evidence that they were authorized, considering that every time you sent me a tip, you left me a message with it, completely talking about what's going on my stream, and the fact that I have a whole email trail from you about this earlier in the week, you stating, oh, it was an accident, this is not intentional, I hope this doesn't hit again. I have all this evidence, like a ton of evidence, showing that all of these tips are legit, not unauthorized transactions, okay? But the thing that happens with PayPal when you get a chargeback is you have to fight it, meaning every single contribution, of which there are almost 100 individual contributions from this person, needs to be individually disputed, sending them all of that information for each and every one. Then it goes to a third-party kind of limbo where someone who works for PayPal or is hired by PayPal to review cases looks at the data and has to make the determination if this is legit or not. I'll be honest with you, I don't always win, I don't always lose. It's kind of all over the place, all right? Usually it's not a big deal because you get a few chargebacks here or there. There are a few bucks. Who gives a crap?
I love in the past, Phil claimed in the past all the fucking time he won every single fucking chargeback. I'm pretty sure he said that just to fucking save face and try and stop people from fucking doing it in future. In the past he claimed, I won every single chargeback as a waste of fucking time, ha ha ha. Clearly that was nonsensical bullshit and he was just fucking trying his best to, get the fans, not the fans, but the detractors or anyone trying to charge back to stop doing it, claiming he would win every single fucking one.
But when you have over $400 taken from you in one fell swoop, and you're someone like me who doesn't make a ridiculous amount of money, I live paycheck to paycheck, as I tell you guys every week. Most of the time, it's the tips I raise during the week that are paying for everything around here. The day off, any bills that week, if I have to buy a new game, it's your tips that fund that, okay? So, here's the situation is I screwed up. I had enough money to buy Gotham Knight. I didn't transfer it all. I transferred enough money for my day off and to pay my utility bill for the day to my bank account.
He claimed he had enough for everything on the daily crap. As you know, he said $400. This means that he, in one fell swoop, he spent $400 in one day off. One day off resulted in over $400 being spent by Phil Burnell. Every single... So, yeah. Well, it doesn't sound like saying that it goes back to what I said before. Phil will just fucking rail for as much money as possible on his day off. And leave himself fucking empty the next fucking day.
Not knowing that any chargeback was coming, okay? Then all of a sudden, this giant chargeback hit me last night. Well, I should say not one. It was a ridiculous amount of them, amounting to over $400. So I went from having a bunch of tips in my PayPal account, I'm more than equipped, ready to buy Gotham Knight, to I now have negative $390 in my PayPal account.
It's funny how the day off, the daily crap, he was talking about he went and withdrew all the money, so even though he was negative $400 on PayPal, he still had enough not only for his day off, not only for his bills, but to buy a new fucking game. And then a day later, on a special alert video, he's like, oh, by the way, I don't have enough for a fucking new game, and now I'm negative $390. So all of a sudden it's gone up $10. He went from fucking negative 400 to negative 390. You probably shouldn't have fucking spent that money on all that Mediterranean food, Phil. You probably should have fucking just went to fucking McDonald's instead. Save some fucking money, and you would have been able to afford your new fucking game. You irresponsible, stupid bastard.
Yes, that means that this weekend, every day that I stream, any tips that I get are basically paying down debt, which I shouldn't owe because this person is stealing from me. They committed fraud. They are lying, committing actual, it's a crime to lie to PayPal about something like this. It's ridiculous. What's sad is I really liked this person, and now not knowing that they're not going to be around the streams anymore actually makes me sad because I'm going to miss them because they were a nice person to talk to.
You're going to miss their fucking money. You didn't give a fucking shit. They were missing for a while, and you didn't bother your ass to fucking check in on them and ask them if they're fucking okay or not. No, you just fucking wait. You're just like, the money's missing for a while. But it wasn't like levels of fucking contributions. It wasn't like thousands and thousands of fucking dollars. So you weren't going to fucking go your fucking way to ask how they're fucking doing. You just thought, okay, I'll wait a wee while and maybe I'll fucking get back to them eventually. If it's like a month or two passes, I might fucking inquire. Maybe, I don't know. He probably wouldn't even fucking do that. As long as he's getting some money from some fucking source, he wouldn't give a shit.
To about games and stuff, and I have absolutely no idea what happened because obviously this is something on their end. Likely it was just a malicious troll all along, impersonating someone who liked my content. And
No. No. This is fucking Phil Copium at his fucking best. Anyone that fucking goes against him must have been a fucking troll all along. It's impossible for Phil to turn people off him. It must be something wrong with them. It can't be anything wrong with Phil. It's never anything wrong with Phil. Phil's not a problem. Phil's never a fucking problem in Phil's eyes. It's always someone else's fault. They're the ones that were fucking evil all along and had malicious intentions all along. Not me. I'm a fucking good boy. I fucking do what I'm doing. I did everything right. I did nothing wrong. No, it's fucking garbage. There's an incredible copium going on from Phil. He can't accept the fact that he was incredibly toxic and aggressive towards the guy, and he is the one that caused all this himself with his own language, of his own conduct towards his fan after a genuine error happened on their end with with their fucking, because of the card that was used, there was a shared card, not shared. All this because of misunderstanding. Phil caused all of this because of misunderstanding. Phil is his own worst enemy, always will be. I want to make that perfectly fucking clear to everyone.
Was engaging and basically wanted to do this because isn't it funny? All this happened on the very same day. I get view botted, I get sub botted, and then I get a ridiculous amount of gifted memberships that allow me to hit my member goal and exceed it for the month of October. All that's happening. Is it just a coincidence that all of a sudden this person now decides to charge back over $400? Of course not. This was planned.
Are you fucking accusing the guy of fucking being responsible for all that? Are you seriously saying Snorlax King was responsible for view botting you, sub botting you, the like bots as well as gifting you memberships at the fucking ass? The guy has not got fucking like $2,000 odd to spare on doing all that nonsense. Nah. It was, you know exactly who it was that gave you all the fucking... You know exactly what the situation was regarding the bots, Phil. IOC very likely was responsible for all the fucking bots, and then they fucking got you to put on subliminal mode so you can get all the fucking bots gifted fucking memberships. The one time that Phil fucking turns on subliminal mode, coincidentally, right at the same fucking time, IOC thinks to himself, I'm going to gift 300 memberships. And all these fucking random ass genetic names are getting these fucking accounts that never fucking show up in chat before, never talked in chat before. All these random ass fucking, and they'll fucking disappear. They won't ever be fucking back because they're all fucking bots, obviously. Phil's account, by the way, in case you're wondering, Phil's account back down to 200,000 subscribers. In fact, let me just go back to and see. Is it down more? Nah. I think this is back down to its normal level. I know some sites say it's under 200k, but nah. Phil has not dropped under 200,000, although it has dropped this far again. So just pointing out there.
We're doing this all along in the hopes that they were going to strike at a point when they thought that they could hurt me. Oh, look, Phil's feeling really good today because it was a really positive day for him. Let's take all that away. Now, here's the truth. If I had not transferred funds over the course of yesterday into my bank account, I would have had no money to have my day off today. I wouldn't have had enough money to pay my utility bill and have groceries for my family. So this person who thinks that I guess they're funny, oh, this is great, look at how I can manipulate and hurt Phil, could have seriously hurt me. We might have had no money at all for the entirety of the week because this person stole from me, okay? Committed this fraud. So, the reason I'm telling you all this is because I don't have enough money to buy Gotham Knight tomorrow now, okay? And it sucks. I wish I did. I was hoping that today maybe it wouldn't be as expensive for grocery shopping and things, and maybe I could cut corners. I tried as best I could. I don't have enough money. Like I said, I have about $30 in my bank account right now and negative $390 in my PayPal account. I can't buy Gotham Knight, all right? Now, here's the situation. YouTube is supposed to pay me for the month's performance tomorrow. So if they pay me for September's performance tomorrow and it clears before the first stream at 10:45 a.m. Pacific time, then I can use those funds to buy Gotham Knight and we can still play it.
I'm pretty certain Phil will get paid at some point, but there's so much fucking nonsense went on there as well. You think about it. He tried to cut corners, apparently. He tried his absolute damnedest to fucking cut corners, and he just couldn't do it. That Mediterranean meal just had to get bought. That $70-odd fucking meal from DoorDash to his fucking house just had to get bought. He had to get the fucking cherry juice. He fucking had to get fucking, the special treats or just right. No, it was impossible for Phil to cut corners, apparently. Nonsense. $400 gone just like that.
But I have no guarantee that's going to happen. YouTube pays very sporadically. Sometimes they'll pay you in the morning before you even wake up. At like 4 in the morning, you'll get a payment. Sometimes you don't get it till mid-afternoon. Sometimes you don't even get it on the day, and they delay it for absolutely no reason, and you'll get it in a day or two. all right? I'm hopeful that YouTube will pay me overnight, but there's no guarantee they will. There's been several times over the last year and a half that I've been reliant on that one YouTube paycheck every month where the pay came late, and because of that, I just couldn't do things that I needed to do with money. I didn't have it, okay? So I'm worried, all right? Now, the reason I'm making this video is to warn all of you. Tomorrow, if I don't get paid by YouTube overnight and I can't get Gotham Knight, it's very simple. We're just going to play a Plague Tale Requiem. The late stream, which is going to be the season finale of Friday Night Fights, remains exactly the same, untouched. I'm hopeful that even if I don't get paid by YouTube tomorrow, hopefully I'll get paid by Saturday, in which case then I'll have enough I can buy it and we could keep playing it, okay? Or we can start playing it, I should say. I'm really hoping this isn't one of these random weeks where for some odd, unexplained reason, YouTube delays my pay for many days, and now I don't get paid by like till like Monday, Tuesday, because not only would I be able to play Gotham Knight, I'm not going to be able to pay other bills. I have bills due over the weekend that I need to get paid for, all right? So, yeah, this situation really sucks, and I never would have been in it if this malicious person didn't actively try to hurt me by charging back over $400 illegally. Yeah.
Right. So I mean, you just create a situation there. It's just he's pretending he's not going to get his fucking money away. We'll fucking obviously get his fucking money, you know, today. So it's just fucking nonsense or nothing, you know, essentially. Still on damage control, doing his absolute best to try and get people to, you know, not focus on the actual things that he did wrong in the first place. But that's just filthy. I'm just going to leave it there. Doing kind, Jad. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out.